Hey, what is going on, freedom fighters? Today is Tuesday, November the 11th? Yes, today is Tuesday 11th. Wow, what a great way to start. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being here. Today is Veterans Day, November the 11th, 2025. Tyranny Response Tuesday here on Break the Chains Media. There we go. I did it, folks. I did it. You know, I can actually get through an intro. My brain's 10 different places right now because I just spent the last 2 hours looking up stories and news and information. What are we going to get into today? I don't know. You want to talk about the Kash Patel's girlfriend suing Elijah Schaffer and Sam Baker for trying to claim that she's a Mossad honeypot or Mossad asset? We'll get into that. I think we're going to get into that because that seems like a very interesting story in the larger scope, in the larger scheme of what the FBI is actually doing and what Kash Patel's directives are and his efforts on certain things and his lack of effort on other things, and just the whole multi-layered approach. And there were whisperings earlier on how we are going to see social media influencers and content creators be targeted by the federal government and by government associations. So it is very interesting to see this play out, and we're going to look at both sides because I have some other I have some pro opponents or some proponents for in support of Elijah's stances and his claim to free speech and free expression on social media, but I also have some other legal arguments and legal people that are basically saying sue him for all he's worth and take every dollar. So we're going to get into all that and kind of just do a overview because it's a whole interesting story nonetheless. We are going to also touch base back on, we're going to circle back, we're going to pull a Jen Psaki, and we're going to pull into the whole 50-year mortgage debacle, the whole 50-year mortgage death pledge, and what that really gets down to. And the fact that Trump is actually doubling down on his claims and his efforts, saying that it's going to actually help people, when in reality it really won't, like in the slightest. I mean, unless you want to pay, millions upon millions, just year over year, just forking money off to not only the banks but the establishment, and you'll never actually own anything. This is the strategy, right? This is the long game strategy of you'll own nothing and be happy. So we're going to get into all that as well. Talk about some good news here on the Colorado front, seeing that there are food banks and people actually working together in the community to make sure people don't go hungry. So we're going to talk about that, and then just some other general news. You know how it is here on Break the Chains Media. We're going to scroll through the timeline and kind of give my 2 cents to everything. But if this is the first time joining Break the Chains Media, hit that thumbs up button, hit that follow button. We do live streams Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday here on Rumble, YouTube, and X. You can follow me at Break the Chains Media on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook, plenty of different places. But if you want to find the landing page, it is right here. BreakTheChains.media is the page for you if you are interested. You can check out Realm Walker Hot Sauce if you want to pick up a bottle of hot sauce. I know the Halloween season's over, but the holiday season is coming. We got Christmas and we got Thanksgiving. If you want to buy a bottle of hot sauce for a friend or family member, check out Realm Walker Hot Sauce on Instagram or reach out to me because it is all handmade, hand bottled here. Travel the 9 realms of Norse mythology through hot sauce with Realm Walker Hot Sauce. And then we also have to hit the chainsaw, get the chainsaw going, rip up the chainsaw, cut through the government waste, bureaucracy, and bloat with Chainsaw Caucus. So if you are interested in participating with Chainsaw Caucus, there's an affiliate link down below in the description below here. Click on that URL. You'll get sent to the direct donation page. Click on the affiliate link here and be a part of Chainsaw Caucus. Support the channel. Support Chainsaw Caucus because the most important thing you can do is to put your money where your mouth is. If you want pro-liberty, pro-limited government, you want to cut through the bureaucracy, you want to cut through the waste, fraud, and abuse that is the uniparty, that is the establishment government, that is what Chainsaw Caucus does. It is a nationally recognized PAC, 527 PAC, and you can go to the donation page here and you can donate $10 a month, and you can click on the referral link right here, Corey Blair from Break the Chains Media, to support Chainsaw Caucus and support Break the Chains Media. $10 a month gets you a long way with the Chainsaw Caucus. So make sure you rev up those chainsaws and be a part of the movement. But we are jumping right into it, folks. Wanted to touch on a few things. Want to touch on just some Colorado stuff. It is fun. It is exciting. But the Libertarian Party of Colorado, I always shout out to the real libertarians, the ones who actually understand what it means to be a libertarian. Because right now, as it stands, the Libertarian Party of Colorado is just nothing but a bunch of leftist, cultural Marxist grifters. It's a social club. It is a joke, and it is a husk of its former self. So you can click on this, check it out, because it's actually quite hilarious to see what the Libertarian Party of Colorado actually promotes. Right? Currently, in its current form, yeah. It is pretty ridiculous. In its current form, the Libertarian Party of Colorado is nothing but a cultural Marxist, progressive, leftist, liberal Tardian group, because you just see this post right here, and it tells you pretty much all you need to know. Cultural Marxism is breaking down the society into cultural identities, and then saying how each one is valid in its own regard, and how each one needs to be represented, and all this broken down division of what it means to have a individualized identity, right? And Libertarian Party of Colorado is posting this freedom first. Liberty knows no gender. Liberty is not constrained by any state. Liberty is inclusive and loving. Liberty suffers without repercussions. Like, it is ridiculous the level on which we're seeing, and 100%. This is cultural Marxism layered on into a libertarian movement, and it's an absolute joke. 100%. But yeah, I just thought that was funny, and I, called him out for it. Another cultural Marxist scum dump from the liberal Tardians of Colorado. And I'm not the only one. You're supposed to stop trying to shitpost rage bait, collectivism comrade. Like... Oh, you got the legend over here, Norm Macdonald. No offense. Hold on, should I do it my Norm Macdonald voice? Hold on. Let me see if I can hit it. No offense, but it sounds like some fucking commie gobbledygook to me. I don't know. I haven't done Norm Macdonald in a while, but no offense, but it sounds like some fucking commie gobbledygook. But yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. I just wanted to call that out, because it's always fun to call out these commie fucking pretenders, these pretending libertarians, right? And I also yesterday I did kind of speed through some stuff, but I wanted to really hit this one home, because I thought this was absolutely fantastic, right? This is my Ben Shapiro troll for the day. Feel free, follow me on X at Break the Chains M, because I do feel like I post some pretty fire stuff every once in a while. But it comes and goes. But I highly recommend. It is a good follow. Tell all your friends and family. But did you know that if you say Ben Shapiro's name in the mirror 3 times, he appears? Instantly, another $1 million gets sent to Israel as he whispers in your ear, "Greatest ally," and then shoves a dreidel up your ass. I thought it was pretty funny. I mean, come on. Give me a little bit of credit, right? I'm cooking with fire here, folks. Cooking with fire. Yeah. But and then some other stuff about the J6 pipe bomber. Sir, I need you to stop barking. What? He wants to come inside. Hold on. Let me let the dog in. Hold on. What do you want? You want to come say hi? There's no one in here, dude. I'm just talking. You can sit down. Oh, no. Sit down. Yes. You gotta chill, though. Can you chill in here? Can you chill? You can chilling here, but you gotta just hang out, okay? Because I can't be petting you the whole time. He always loves when he likes to sit in my live streams. But hey, what's up, Sick or Shitty Gov? Are you gonna chill or are you gonna go? What do you want to do? You can hang out. You can hang out in here if you want. You want to say hi to everyone? Here. Up. Yes. Up. Yes. Say hi. Say hi. Can you look over there? Look over there. Say hi. This is Ragnar. He's a good boy. Yes. Ragnar, the king of the Vikings. Yes. He is a sweet. Good boy. Appreciate you stopping in, Sick of Shitty Gov. Yes. Are you gonna chill? Are you gonna be a good boy now? You're gonna lay down. Down. Over here. Sit. I can't be petting you the whole time though, because that's what he likes. He just sits right here. He just sits right here, and he wants pets all the time. But you gotta sit. I'm working here. You don't really understand, but couch, go. Lay down. Okay. All right, moving right along. Yeah, I was gonna touch on the J6 pipe bomber conversation. I kind of glimpsed over it pretty quickly yesterday, but if we have time, we will do it because it does tie into this whole the FBI stuff, the Kash Patel girlfriend debacle that we're going to get into. But and then I did post good morning to everyone except those supporting 50-year mortgages. Anyone who thinks 50-year mortgages is a good idea should take a long walk off a short pier because that is fucking retarded, right? Let me know in the chat what you think about 50-year mortgages. We are going to touch base on that in a little bit as well, but I'm just scrolling through the timeline right now. We got the Elijah Schaefer stuff we're going to get into, the food bank stuff here, and really quick, I did want to hit on this before we actually lose sight of actually what day it is. So I did want to make a comment to this. God bless our veterans. The fight for freedom is never free. Now, the battle is here at home, and it's up to all of us to save our country and to those who wish to destroy America's identity. We must do our part and save our country from the enemies within. What do you feel? What type of enemy within do you think we are facing right now in today's world, right? What defines the enemy within? Our veterans, now this is like, you know, I always get a little personal, there's like a personal conflict within me because I 110% support every one of our veterans. Every one of our veterans is important to us because they go out and fight the wars and make sure that we are protected and safe here at home in America. However, put a little pin in that, there's a little asterisk to that because I know that the military complex is real. The military-industrial complex is very real, and these people that fight these wars sign up. They literally put their life on the line. They sign their life away to fight foreign wars in foreign countries for uniparty globalist interests, which I vehemently disagree with 90% of the time. These foreign wars, going out to fight in Afghanistan, in Iraq, the Sandbox, Gulf War, Vietnam, World War II, all of these flavors of patriotism and war, and wearing the flag as a means to go fight the enemies, fight these enemies, the terrorists, right? There's many layers to unpack to this that does not discredit the effort, the sacrifice, and the honor that we need to represent, and we need to make sure our veterans know that we appreciate them. We appreciate the veterans' service. Now, that is not saying we appreciate the military-industrial complex. The military-industrial complex is a much different beast than the veterans' fight and the veterans' honor, in which we have to honor and represent, because that they are important to us, right? The veterans do fight for our country. However, we need to flip the script and stop fighting these foreign wars all over the world. Bring our vets home. Make us safe here in America. America first and America only. I'm sick of seeing foreign wars and seeing our young men and women die. For what? They die for what? So I definitely, I can't stress it enough. I will say it again. I support our veterans 110%. The military-industrial complex is something else entirely. The fight for freedom is never free. Now the battle is here at home against those who wish to destroy our Constitution, our Bill of Rights, and the American way. It's up to all of us to save our country from those who wish to destroy America's identity. These progressives, these cultural Marxists, these evil people in our institutions, in our government, and in our apparatus, the uniparty, the establishment, the deep state, the globalists, these elitists. We must do our part here and save our country from the enemies within. How we do that? Get active in your local precinct. Get active in your local districts. Get active in your communities and make sure they know the type of America in which we're trying to save. Right? These veterans go to fight for us, and we need to fight for them here. I don't even like my 30-year mortgage. Compounding interest is usury and evil, 100%. And that's the big thing about the whole mortgage debacle, and we will get into that in a second. I like Elijah Schaffer, what happened to him. We're going to get into that too, but I just wanted to touch base on the veterans thing. So thank you, veterans. It is Veterans Day. Go out and thank a veteran. Go out and thank a veteran today on Veterans Day, right? But yeah, let's get into the oh yeah, we'll touch base on this too, because this is about Veterans Day too. So I just saw this right before I went live, but Barack Obama this is from Brian Allen on Twitter. Barack Obama just walked onto a plane full of veterans and thanked every single one of them. No stage, no teleprompter, no ego trip. That's a real president. This is what Brian Allen said, okay? I said, no stage, no teleprompter, just a film crew, a criminal president, and veterans honor flight. Obama just magically stumbled on board. Sure. This is what I'm saying. The disconnect is so real with these liberals. The disconnect is so real with these progressives that no matter what, they always have to frame the narrative so they have to praise their celebrity president, right? We'll watch this video here. It's a Veterans Honor Flight. My grandfather went on one for the World War II memorial, but Veterans Honor Flights happen all the time. So to tell me that this wasn't staged, to tell me that this wasn't an ego trip for Obama to do a little public pandering to the vets, that's rich. It's rich coming from this liberal. So let's check
everybody.
It
out. What? As we approach Veterans Day, I wanted to stop by and just say thank you for...
Really quick. Notice that it was pre-recorded because he said, as we approach Veterans Day. So this obviously happened in advance, ahead of time, so it could be posted today, right? Meanwhile, this fucking guy saying, no teleprompter, no stage, no ego trip. Fucking spare me. Spare me.
Your extraordinary service to you, your family, the sacrifices that all of you made to protect our country is something that will always be honored. And we are very grateful, and we also happen to welcome you with a 70-degree day in D.C., which doesn't always happen around here.
That's the first time I've seen a president, former or current, greet an honor flight, and that is absolutely amazing. A commander-in-chief, a leader who's going to show up and tell you that your service was worth something. I think that's the important part, so I think it was a great thing to have.
Last time I got to see a president, it was Gerald Ford.
How about that?
It's also touching. It's also sweet.
Joy in my heart today to see all these people.
Everybody.
So yeah. So obviously this is a photo op. This is a staged video opportunity for Obama. And dude, don't get me wrong. Like, I mean, it's great that he did this. It's great that he did this, but let's not forget the fact that Obama is like with everything that happened with Tulsi Gabbard's expose, with the DNI coming out and saying the Obama campaign worked to compromise the incoming Trump campaign. They spied on the Trump campaign. Everything that Obama did with all of his intel community, with all of his assets, with everything to try to smear and discredit the entire first administration of the Trump campaign is disgusting and criminal. So just because he's out here pandering to these older vets who probably don't even know anything about the sort that Obama did these things, and maybe they do, some of them might, I don't know, but I'm just saying this is all a photo op, 100% staged, and it's released on President's Day, Veterans Day. Go fucking figure. That's the kind of scumbag criminal that Obama is. He panders, and he's a little slime ball. He's a little silver-tongued spine ball, right? Disgusting. I just wanted to get into that because it is Veterans Day. But now, the suspense is over, Sick of Shitty Gov. The suspense is over because we are going to get into it right here, right now. The Elijah Schaffer debacle. And we'll tie into the FBI stuff. Okay, so let's take a listen. Elijah Schaffer was just sued for $5 million. Elijah Schaffer was just sued for $5 million over his ex posts criticizing not just Israel, but criticizing Kash Patel's girlfriend, because he is claiming, this is a claim that Elijah Schaffer made, and I'm reporting on it, I'm being careful, a claim that Elijah Schaffer made on X regarding Kash Patel's girlfriend, claiming that she is a Israel honeypot for Mossad. That is the claim, and that is what he is being sued on. Not just him, but another individual as well. So let's take a listen here.
Over the weekend, I received concerning news that I was being sued for $5 million by Kash Patel's girlfriend, Alexis Wilkins. And the reason why might actually shock you. About a couple months ago, I posted this photo on the public social media platform X. I posted it with no caption, no suggestions of any malintent or any slander, defamation, or criticisms of character. I did so attached to an X post shared by another account that I'm not connected to that talked about government agents being compromised. Now Alexis Wilkins is saying that I owe her $5 million for damages, the exact evaluation of my company, and if I cannot come up with that money, that I'm going to have to shut down my business, give up all of my digital assets and my entire voice online in order to pay her back.
So, very quickly, does this not sound very similar to what happened to Alex Jones and InfoWars? This, in my opinion, is a weaponized, targeted attack lawfare in the guise of defamation, in the guise of libel and slander, however you want to spin it up to be. But they are using this to silence media personalities online because of their opinions. Now, with that being said, we are going to see a counter argument to this in just a few minutes, but I did want Elijah to kind of elaborate a little bit further on this because it is a very big breaking story. I mean, it was filling the X News feed all last night and all today right now. But and Elijah Schaffer is not the only one. So what do you got here? Is she a U.S. citizen? Also, this is a civil case. I'm not sure if it is a civil case. Right now, what it appears to be that Alexis Wilkins is suing him for defamation of character because he is claiming that she is a Mossad asset. In this post, which he did not, like he said earlier, he did not even state words. He just attached a photo and quote tweeted an initial post regarding a honeypot scenario.
So why does Kash Patel's girlfriend want to silence me? Well, it comes down to the lawsuit itself. Before anyone jumps to conclusions and says, well, don't say that she's a honeypot, I'd like to say, I never did. I never would,
He never
I never
did.
felt like suggesting that, never even suggested that in my own head.
It's all
So why am I
insinuation,
being
right?
sued for something I never did? To give proof of that, in section 14 of the lawsuit, it states, while the defendant may not have included any caption to spell out the meaning of his post, he didn't have to. Ever since Kash Patel was appointed as director of the FBI in February of 2025, the conspiratorial corners of the internet and social media have been spreading false narratives about Miss Wilkins as an Israeli Mossad agent, spy, or quote, honeypot, who is only in the relationship with Kash Patel to spy on and manipulate the United States government. Defendant's wordless reply, it goes on to say. So to clarify, before we go any further, if you post a public photo of a government official and his romantic partner, who he's not married to, a very important fact we'll talk about, you as a private citizen or a member of the press can be bankrupted, have your entire company shut down, or completely mocked, slandered, and dragged through lawfare because of what? Because of your First Amendment protected rights.
So what do we think about this, chat? What do we think about this whole debacle, this whole lawfare, as Elijah Schaffer puts it? This does smell and this does feel very reminiscent of the Alex Jones style lawsuit in which he was claiming things in regards to the Sandy Hook tragedy that happened. And now Elijah Schaffer is very reminiscent, very similarly being attacked for what he posted and what he claimed online. Like he said, he didn't even write any words. He just posted a public photo and attached an insinuation that she may be a Mossad honeypot. Now, I'm just reporting on this. I'm not claiming, I'm not standing by him or anything else. I am merely reporting the evidence, reporting the information. Right. We got, great example. What a load of shit. Did Eric Swalwell get prosecuted for banging a Chinese spy, but they'll let this travesty justice go on? 100%. So and why is it wrong to question or to propose an idea that this might be a possibility? And then for him to be sued for $5 million is outrageous. And this video is 14 minutes long. We'll listen to one more segment. 100%. Alex Jones and Elijah Schaffer are being Alex Jones and Elijah Schaffer are being persecuted for their politics, for their opinions, for what they post online. This is arguably, I posted back here. I said, apparently FBI Pajit is going after social media posts now. This is straight up Orwellian. Elijah Schaffer is being sued for allegedly posting a claim that Kash Patel's girlfriend is an Israeli Mossad honeypot asset. This is all claimed hypotheticals, right? This is all just posted online controversy and conversation. There's no factual evidence backing this claim. It's just online. It's online shit posting, folks. And for Elijah Schaffer to be sued over this for not just any amount, $5 million, the asset of his media company, is exactly the kind of behavior that we saw with the Alex Jones lawsuit. Let's keep listening.
Wordless reply, it goes on to, because of what? Because of your First Amendment protected rights. Now, I believe that this lawsuit is not only an attack on our First Amendment and our constitutional rights given to us by God, but I believe this is also a violation of SLAPP ordinances. This seems to be a proxy lawsuit, if anything, from Kash Patel himself, and I have the evidence to prove it. We'll start here by talking about what is this lawsuit about and why is it so concerning. As I just read in the previous section, Alexis Wilkins states that I never said anything about her being a Mossad agent. So how am I being sued for saying anything about that?
Very interesting.
I'm being sued for things I didn't say? Yeah, you heard that right. They're suing me for the implications based upon previous posts I had made on my X account, not about Alexis, not about Kash, but about the state of Israel.
Do you hear this, folks? Do you hear this? This is Wow, where do I even begin? I say that this is Orwellian, but then I look over to the UK. The UK is going door knocking and accosting UK citizens for what they post on Facebook and social media posts. They arrest people for what they post online. Now this is happening in America to not just citizens, but major media independent journalists. Like, what kind of world are we living in? How are we able to have this type of lawfare executed in the United States? This seems very dangerous. This seems like a very slippery slope. We are going to get into the legal ins and outs. I've got a post from Will Chamberlain coming up, but this sets a precedent if this is to stand. The fact that Elijah Schaffer is getting a $5 million lawsuit thrown at him for social media posts online that ties the conversation back to Israel. It's very interesting to see. What is up, Melindy? Appreciate you swinging in. I know it's a little earlier today, but got to do what you got to do on a Tuesday when I have prior engagements later tonight. But let's go a little bit further, and then we will listen to the counter argument.
I take you to section 17 of evidence. Defendant frequently posts anti-Israel rhetoric accusing Israel of controlling the United States and its politicians, in which they share a post that I said Trump doesn't want to admit that Netanyahu doesn't fear him. Israel has more control over the USA than we do over them. Our politicians are hook, line, and sinker, sold out to the Jewish state of regime. It's genuinely disheartening, and we must remove these parasites from AIPAC. They also posted more evidence in the lawsuit, nothing to do with Alexis Wilkins, nothing to do with Kash Patel, and nothing to do with me saying anything about her being a Mossad agent. I never said it, so they don't have evidence. So why is it that they've made the entire lawsuit about my thoughts on the Israeli government? That's highly suspicious.
Interesting, right? Yeah. So they've now expounded this lawsuit into the conversation regarding Israel, into the conversation about what he's insinuated in his previous posts. So they're using prior posts to predicate the lawsuit in which they are using now with Alexis Wilkins. So it all ties back to our greatest ally, Israel, which is very interesting, especially in the current climate when now we are seeing social media posts online, not just on X, but on Facebook and on Instagram and all these things. And we have Netanyahu coming out basically claiming that TikTok is dangerous and X is dangerous and all of this anti-Semitism that's online needs to be dealt with, essentially, is what Netanyahu's, I'm paraphrasing, but what do you think of this, folks? What do you think about this lawsuit against Elijah Schaffer and this tiptoeing into this conversation on anti-Semitism on social media? It is very interesting. What is up, Seth? Welcome to Tyranny Response Tuesday. Let's go. You get the Zelda treasure chest because you are my treasure. You're my treasure. All of us listening now are my treasure. I appreciate everyone in the chat. Yeah, so this whole video goes on for another 10-15 minutes, but there's a long post. I retweeted it on Twitter. You can go check out the entire thing, but everyone posting down here, I mean, it's an attack on free speech. A lot of people saying, I mean, this is... So, this here is... This is the original post. This here is Elijah Schaffer's original post screenshotted of the claim in which he's insinuating that Kash Patel's girlfriend may be an Israeli Mossad honeypot. And it is a quote tweet from another account claiming Mossad sent female operatives deep into Iran, seducing top officials, infiltrating government, surveillance networks, and carrying out sabotage missions. And Elijah Schaffer quote tweeted this with a photo of Kash and his current girlfriend. This is how the whole lawsuit began. Yeah, see, I'm leaning with you there, sick of shitty gov. Yeah, you got FBI Director Pajit with a young, like, very good-looking, apparently she's a country superstar, folks. She's a country singing superstar. Let's not forget that Kash Patel has gone out and defended her and claims she's a worldwide, international famous country celebrity superstar and has done more patriotism for America than anyone has ever done in 10 generations. That is literally what he said. He's out there claiming that she's more of a patriot than someone has ever been in 10 lifetimes. He's going so hard to defend her. And truth be told, I would be defending my girlfriend as well, but when it becomes into this realm of lawfare and then tying into an international connecting ties and foreign governments and this whole larger conversation that's being had when we are just merely proposing questions on social media, a lot of this really stinks, man. It really stinks. I'm not liking it. Yeah, so that's and then a lot of people are saying, Elijah, you're cooked. Sheepish. That's a quote from Sheepish on X. Actually, this post is insinuating Kash Patel's girlfriend is a Mossad honeypot. Pretty damning evidence, along with the fact patterns discover Elijah's own positions we have to contend with. He's claiming Elijah is cooked. And I'm just reporting on this news. I am not claiming anything. This is me just reporting, and I'm covering my own ass. And then Elijah responds with this. This is from section 14 of the lawsuit against Elijah Schaffer. While defendant may not have included any caption to spell out the meaning of his post, he didn't have to. Ever since Kash Patel was appointed as director of the FBI in February 2025, the conspiratorial corners of the internet and social media have been spreading a false narrative that Mrs. Wilkins is an Israeli Mossad agent, spy, or, quote, honeypot, who is only in a relationship with Kash Patel to spy on and manipulate the United States government. Very interesting that they have to elaborate on the post in which they are claiming Elijah Schaffer is attacking Miss Wilkins for. Very interesting. Yeah, so this is ongoing, and I've got other, talking about the top story, and I did, where is it? Because I did talk about it, but no, I have to go to replies for some reason. Sometimes X is just so fucking weird because I'll quote tweet something and it won't show up in my main feed, but other times it will. Because I definitely had Will Chamberlain's comment here somewhere. Where was Will Chamberlain? Here, it's right here. I don't understand why this isn't on my main timeline, but here it is, folks. Here it is. This is the opposing side of this Elijah Schaffer debacle. Will Chamberlain chimes in regarding Will Chamberlain chimes in regarding Kash Patel's girlfriend Alexis Wilkins suing Elijah Schaffer and Sam Parker for claiming that she's a Mossad honeypot. Will Chamberlain, good. I hope she takes them for both for every penny. Will Chamberlain, good guy. He's been on Timcast several times. I feel like he's got a really good knowledge and information on the legal ins and outs of our government. So, I mean, he is a practicing lawyer. So he should know a good few things on how this will play out. Will Chamberlain claims, good. I hope she takes them both for every penny. Kash Patel's girlfriend, Alexis Wilkin, has filed a $5 million lawsuit against America First influencers Sam Parker and Elijah Schaffer for allegedly insinuating that she's a Mossad honeypot. We'll scroll down here because it is. I did notice a couple. I mean, it's rich. It's rich, right, folks? This is the kind of, and this is why people may have differing opinions on this, because you see posts like this and you see how the FBI has played out not only in the Charlie Kirk assassination, but you also see how FBI plays out when it came to the FBI investigation of the Epstein files. How did the FBI handle the release of this FBI investigation into Jeffrey Epstein and the Epstein files? Kash Patel and the FBI completely fumbled on the entire rollout of the Epstein files. And then the FBI completely is fumbling over itself when it comes to the Charlie Kirk assassination. So when you start finding patterns and then you start questioning intention and questioning narratives, it's not hard to follow a line of logic that might say, you know, maybe they're not doing their best, right? Maybe they're not doing their best to be honest. I mean, this post is wild. I commented on it, and I'm trying to find my actual comment. Yes, I think this was it. Yeah, I comment. Yeah. So Will Chamberlain comes in here and asks Grok, explain the tort of false light. And Grok comes in. False light is a tort claim for invasion of privacy arising when someone publicizes false or misleading information that portrays the plaintiff as an objectionable, highly offensive manner in a reasonable person. It differs from the defamation by focusing on emotional distress and privacy violations rather than reputational harm. Not all U.S. states recognize it in courts like places like Florida and Texas. Now hold on to that thought. Florida and Texas, right? While others have merged it with defamation or declined to adopt it. Where is it? Is it down here? Yes. And then we have another. So I have to follow through with this. Hey Grok, where was this filed? What state was this lawsuit filed in? And what are the chances that this will actually go anywhere? What are the chances from 0 to 100 that this will actually go anywhere other than just a pushback / awareness post? If it's a dead end, can Elijah Schaffer counter sue? The lawsuit against Elijah Schaffer was filed in Florida state court. Odds of it advancing past initial motions are slim, around 10%, since insinuations like honeypot often qualify as protected opinion, requiring proof of actual malice and falsity under defamation standards. Schaffer could countersue via Florida's anti-SLAPP statute for fees and sanction if he claims lack merit. Interesting, right? Very interesting, right? Now take that assessment and juxtapose it against Will Chamberlain's post about false light in the earlier post. What is the difference? Are they the same ballpark, or is everyone posturing here? Is everyone posturing here? AKA claiming expertise in the field. Now he's getting into, like, you know, who posted what, right? False light and defamation overlap but differ. False light targets privacy invasion through highly offensive and false portrayals, causing emotional harm, while defamation emphasizes reputational damage via false statement of fact. My assessment aligns closely as both require provingly falsity, actual malice, and that, quote, honeypot insinuations aren't protected opinion, making success unlikely in Florida without strong evidence. Will invoke the explanation accurately. It's substantive law, not posturing, though outcomes hinge on specifics like publicly and provable harm. So what do we think of that? And then he comes in and says, okay, thanks. Will was engagement posting, understood. Will's mention of false light fits Florida's law, where it's actionable for publicizing offensive falsehoods that invade privacy, causing distress. It complements defamation by emphasizing emotional impact over reputational loss, making it a strategic claim in cases like this. While outcomes depend on proving non-opinion statements and harm, it is substantive advocacy, not just engagement farming. So, that being said, I wanted to make sure we got a little bit of the legal end of this Elijah Schaffer lawsuit. So, where do you stand on this? What do you think the actual outcome might be when it comes to this type of lawfare, defamation, multi-million-dollar lawsuit against Elijah Schaffer and defamation of character? I think it is interesting, to say the least. Sick of shitty government post. Will must be a fan of her country album since she's got a worldwide recognition, except here in Nebraska, where 3 stations we get in our country and play country music all day. Yeah, I've never heard of her. Elijah should countersue regardless. I agree. I think this is another example of getting wrapped up in what? So is this, am I at the right place? I don't understand. Sometimes X just really fucking sends me through a loop and I don't understand it. Sometimes it's on my main timeline, sometimes it's not. So yeah, I would recommend everyone to go check out this Elijah Schaffer thing, because it is definitely picking up some steam. It's probably going to be a long, drawn out thing, but this whole Elijah Schaffer thing has definitely been drawn out, and it still has a lot more information to come. The Elijah Schaffer, this whole thing, all this is doing to Elijah Schaffer is keeping him occupying, delaying him, keeping him busy, because right now there are many people, many media presences online that are pushing out information that might not want to be public, right? They're trying to silence opposition to a larger narrative. In my opinion, they're trying to stonewall media personalities like Elijah Schaffer, like Alex Jones, like a lot of these prominent figures. I mean, even the Nick Fuentes, right? They are trying to stonewall and silence people questioning hard opinions, right? There are very, very large entities at play here. Large things are happening. Big things are happening right now. And I think silencing Elijah Schaffer, this is the end goal, is trying to make sure that he is not able to speak on certain topics or to watch what he says, to make sure he cannot speak his truth, whatever opinions he might have, opinions that are not the same of mine, opinions that are not the same of yours, differing opinions all around. This is a chilling effect, for media personalities and social media, the like. So very interesting, and we will see how this plays out, but I will keep you informed. Follow Elijah Schaffer on X and follow me on X, and we'll see what happens in the future. Now I think she's dating Kash to extract for Israel and possible sabotage, influence government. Yeah, dude, it's not out of the realm of possibility. It's not out of the realm of questioning. I mean, like, it's an honest question. It's an honest topic to discuss, right? Yeah. So if you all, if this is the first time joining Break the Change Media, hit that thumbs up button, hit that follow button, share this with your friends and family. We do live streams Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Tyranny Response Tuesday is happening right here, right now. Let's go. Open that treasure chest, see what's inside, because that is the truth. The truth is inside the treasure. It is with all of us. It is within all of us. Really quickly, we are going to jump over here, talking about the whole SNAP debacle and the whole government shutdown, and apparently it's reopening now because the senators caved, and now they got 60 votes to pass. Who knows when it's going to reopen again? But thank God we have people like this in Colorado. We have people like this in our community. Oh, I don't need to hear this. I don't need to hear that. Hold on. So here in Colorado, we have been doing our damnedest to make sure that people still get fed, even during the government shutdown. And this is the beauty of it all, folks. The government shutdown proves points. It makes things come to light. It shows us that it's not all about government handouts and government subsidies. It's showing you that the community and your neighborhood and your network around where you live, the people around you and where you live, are more important than federal government subsidies and federal government handouts. Here in Colorado, there are food banks. Excuse me. There are local food banks around your community and around the country that are making sure that people are getting fed. Here in Colorado, in Larimer County, local food banks have been making sure that people are getting the food. Regardless of the government being open or closed, food banks still exist. Okay? In Larimer County, people go out to the food banks and get food. And it's great looking food. It's awesome looking food. The government is not your daddy. The government is not there to give you the food benefits in which you are pleading. We don't need more government dole. We don't need more handouts, right? I took a friend to the food bank. No food shortages whatsoever. Here's the truth about the Democrats' fake panic. Okay? This was the line at 1 p.m. on a Friday. Inside the building, everything's full. Shop for what he wanted. Go out and get the food you need. If you need the food, find a local food bank and get the food you need. Do not rely on the government to give you the government handouts. Do not rely on government handouts and SNAP benefits and government dole. We can be the change we want to see in our communities. We can be the change we want to see in the world. Show up, participate, donate, and be a part of the change you wish to see. Because here in Colorado, this is what's happening. We got excellent food, excellent resources, great looking meat, right? We can build a better future without big government. We can make a change in the world that we wish to see, right? Show up and be a part of your community. Eliminate food stamps. Send those in need to food banks. Participate. Be active. Stop thinking that the government is the end-all, be-all. Save me from all of the harms of the world. The government is not here to help you. The government is here to enslave you. And the more you rely on the government, the less free you are. Step up, do something, and be a part of something bigger. It's excellent. Highly recommend. You can make a difference in your community, and it starts with you. We have food banks in my tiny town. Us hunters and ranchers ask around to see if any families can afford a meal. Exactly, man. That's how we do it. That's how we make a change. Props to you. You are the treasure. Sick of shitty government? You are the treasure. You're my treasure. Rifle season for deer starts Saturday. I'll give some meat to anyone who needs, and the kids that in need. There are many more like me. This is how we win, folks. This is how we win. We win by making sure that our neighbors and our friends and our community members are getting the benefits and getting the things they need if and when they need them. That is the most important thing. There is a difference between a government handout and a government hand up, right? We are here to assist. We are here to be a part of the solution. We are not here to perpetuate a problem. Being a part of the solution is much different than being a part of the problem. Offer the solution, not perpetuating a problem, right? That's happening here in Colorado and across the state, across the country. I know for a fact people are doing it. People are making it happen here and now. And guess what? Oh, the government's back. Oh, the government's back. Oh, well, it's only back until January 30th. And then they got to reconvene. And they might have another government bailout. Or there might be another government shutdown come February. So put a pin in that. clip this segment, because I'll tell you right now, we're going to see something similar happen come February. You watch. February is going to pop off, and it's not just going to be in government shutdown. There's going to be a lot more things happening come springtime, come February, post-winter. You are going to see a dramatic escalation, in my opinion. Oh yeah, J6 pipe bomber. Maybe we'll talk about that tomorrow. I talked about the pipe bomber a little bit on the yesterday's stream, but I wanted to kind of see if I can get a little bit more information. But yeah, no, we are going to see a where's my 50-year mortgage post? Is it further down? Yeah, 50-year mortgage post. I don't know why it does that. Mark my words. Come February, come springtime, we are going to see some sort of escalation. We are going to see some international conflicts, maybe something happening in the Chinese Taiwan theater. We might see an escalation happen in Israel. We might see something happen in Ukraine. Who knows? Venezuela's been kicking off this whole time. But guess what? Guess what Venezuela has? Venezuela and the tropic region has favorable weather. So what I'm saying is that in these colder months, during these winter months in the Northern Hemisphere, we are going to see a little bit more of a quieting, as it were, when it comes to social unrest. Some of these ICE protests are going to go away. The Antifa stuff's going to quiet down. But come springtime, we are going to see a ramp up, and that's the same time that this government has to reconvene to talk about these healthcare subsidies and this healthcare conversation, the larger healthcare debacle that is going to take place. So, mark my words, come February, come springtime, we are going to see a larger escalation in these Antifa riots or these social inner fighting that takes place, right? We're going to see something. The wars might ramp back up. Something big might happen come springtime. Especially when we're talking about these 30-year, 50-year mortgages. The 50-year mortgage is ridiculous. If Donald Trump decides to do a 50-year mortgage because he thinks it's going to save, if Donald Trump thinks 50-year mortgages are going to make things more financially attainable for younger Americans, I've got a fucking bridge to sell you, bro. That's ridiculous. It's only going to drop monthly payments by a couple $100, but the interest rate's going to go through the roof. You're going to be paying hand over fist to the banks. Your 50-year mortgage, talk about a death pledge. Talk about a death pledge. When we're handling 50-year mortgages, you'll never see the end of it. And then you'll talk about refinancing. You'll talk about your equity. What's your equity going to be worth? Only dropping it monthly payments down by a couple $100 to pay interest rates hand over fist to the bank? Absolutely ridiculous. Do not fall for a 50-year mortgage. And you're going to hear the naysayers be like, well, you don't actually have to agree to a 50-year mortgage. No, but why is this even a conversation? Why is this even a question? You know? I posted it up here. Where is it? Yeah. I want a 20-year mortgage with a 2% interest rate and no property taxes on a $250,000 three-bedroom house. Make that happen, Donald Trump. Make that happen. I would love to see that be a reality in America. I want a 20-year mortgage with a 2% interest rate, no property taxes on a $250,000 house. Is that so hard to ask? Make that happen. Thank you. Yeah, a lot of stuff happening. A lot of stuff happening down the pike. Tune into my channel Saturday night for that video of Gump and I deer hunting. Great. I will, actually. That's excellent. I will check it out. I will retweet it, or not. I'll repost it on Rumble. That's awesome, man. Honestly, butchering videos are a great thing because a lot of people don't really know. A lot of people don't really know how to break down meat, how to cut up and clean up meat, how to field dress. I don't know if field dressing video would be YouTube friendly, but I'm sure on Rumble, I can't see why field dressing an animal would be something that would be out of the realm. I think field dressing is an important knowledge for everyone to have. Field dressing and then cutting and cleaning the meat, that'd be an excellent video. Sick of Shitty Gov, represent. Love that. Yeah, Venezuela, dude, I got a whole theory on Venezuela. I think the whole Venezuela thing is 100% having to do with not just regime change, but I think the whole Venezuela conversation is definitely about the election systems, the Smartmatic voting system that ties back to the Venezuela elections. It ties back to Venezuelan companies owning this Smartmatic voting machines that now have the same Dominion software that's tied into American voting machines. So there's a lot to unpack when we're talking about the Venezuela conflict. And I really don't like the way the Venezuelan conflict is unfolding right now. It seems very heavy-handed, especially when we don't have congressional approval to do these kind of strikes on these fishing vessels and on these submarines. There needs to be more. The public needs to be made more aware of what's really going on with Venezuela, rather than just we're blowing up people, blowing up ships, no big deal. But folks, we are going to be wrapping up this stream. Fire up the chainsaws for the Chainsaw Caucus, though. Chainsaw Caucus is an excellent group. I encourage everyone to be a part of. Inspired by the Javier Milei Afuera, cutting government bureaucracy and uniparty ties and fiscal irresponsibility. The Chainsaw Caucus is here for anyone in America who represents liberty-minded individuals, liberty-minded candidates. You can go over to you can click the link below, click that link, send you over here to the affiliate page, the donation page, $10 a month. Click on my name, Break the Chains Media. Be a part of the change here in America. If you are interested, if you want to contribute, $10 a month goes a long way for not only Chainsaw, but for me as well. So I appreciate everyone who wants to jump into that. Realm Walker Hot Sauce. Your holiday hot sauce is Realm Walker Hot Sauce. Travel the 9 realms of Norse mythology through hot sauce. I got a few more flavors in the works right now. Hopefully we'll be ready by the end of the month, maybe first week of December. But a bunch of different flavors here. You got Vanaheim, you've got Muspelheim, you've got Asgard. Excellent stuff for you and anyone who's interested in hot sauce. I got a couple more flavors in the works as well, so check that out at breakthechains.media or follow Realm Walker Hot Sauce on Instagram. But I believe we are going to be wrapping up this live stream. I appreciate everyone in the channel, appreciate everyone in the chat. Hit that thumbs up button, share this video with all your friends and family, because you are the change we would like to see in this world. And be a part of the Chain Gang. Welcome to the Chain Gang. Appreciate everyone here. But folks, that is going to do it for today's live stream here on Break the Chains Media. Tomorrow is We Are Change Wednesday, and we're going to be coming back with another bundle of excellent truth and excellent footage for you and all your friends and family. So thank you, Sick of Shitty Gov. Thank you, Melindy, for being in the chat. Appreciate everyone here. And as always, fight for freedom and never give up.